It's your intro, you fucking idiot.
No, it's not.
It is.
So what episode are we on? 7.
7.
You started 1.
Yeah.
You, me, you, me, you, me, you.
So now it's me.
Yeah, we got there in the end.
You know what? That could actually work as an intro.
Right.
Hi. Starting off with an argument. You're listening to Watch the Buttons. My name is Reese. With me I have Ash. That was the intro. We're going to talk about some shit. We just don't know what shit we're going to talk about. Join us for the next hour.
Here comes the intro.
What's
the buttons?
Real lackadaisical with the intros. That's the word of the day, by the way. Lackadaisical.
Oh, it's very hot. I'm sweaty.
I know. It is warm in here.
Oh, we're literally sitting in an oven just to not have it echoey for you lot.
I opened the windows to let some cool air in. It was worse. I promise you it was a lot worse.
I don't know about that.
I just set up my fantasy football team.
Yes,
It's called the Stinky Loggers. It's the first time I've ever done it. I can feel myself getting into football a little bit this year. It's quite weird. I'm actually going to go and watch football tomorrow. I'm a changed man.
You're going to be buying FIFA 23, aren't you?
Never say never.
I'd love to see that. Please.
Ridiculous. Maybe if it's in the bargain bucket, which I'm sure it will be.
Eventually it will be, yeah.
You sent me a list of things that we're going to talk about because we do put some thought into this.
Believe it or not.
And the first thing up was Starfield.
Well, hold on. What are we going through that? It's not really an intro. What we been doing this week? You know, how are we feeling ourselves?
I've already fucked up. It says intro waffle on the first. We're giving away all the trade secrets.
Jesus Christ. No, we don't need an editor. Look at this top quality merchandise.
Apologies for that. I had someone message me privately not long ago, and they basically asked if they could be an editor. I'm not about to. She was a very nice lady, and I hope she does very well. And I basically said, no, we don't need one at the moment. We can handle it. Well, proof is in the pudding when you listen to this podcast, because if this sounds any fucking decent, it means that we can handle it. And if it doesn't sound decent, it means we need help.
It's top quality, isn't it? Top fucking quality. You don't
cut and paste.
Yeah, this is at the top of the leaderboards.
This is what the pros do.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way.
Maybe hold off on that Patreon for GoPros because you ain't seeing much.
Nah, just a mess. Loads of pop figures.
My swimming shorts are behind this man, and there's a wall of styrofoam next to me. What are we doing?
I don't know. What have you been doing this week?
No Man's Sky.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Constantly, non-stop. I think I've clocked in. I've gone over the 30-hour mark, I think, now.
Jesus Christ.
I've more than doubled my game time since we last spoke.
Man's got to get that copper.
It's gone a bit crazy, to be fair. Like I said before we started, I've got a fleet of 16 strong frigates that I'm sending out on all sorts of missions, and half of them are coming back broken, but they're going out nonetheless. It's good.
I respect it. I respect the hustle and the grind.
Yeah. I missed out on 2 missions to get some frigate modules. I was fuming. I didn't realise that those Nexus missions fuck off after about 5 minutes. You got to grab them while they're there. Didn't know that.
Yeah, getting white hot.
Yeah, well, lost out.
Last week I went on my wedding anniversary. I told you I'd keep you updated. We went to a spa day.
Don't sound too happy.
It was very awkward. It was very uncomfortable. I walked straight into massages I wasn't expecting.
It was front, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I laid down front ways, so I had a back massage. But then the next massage, I had to turn around the other way. Problem being, although I'm a middle-aged man, I'm still very childish of the mind. So then I started getting a bit giggly, and I had to really, really hold in.
The boner.
No, not at all. It was quite the opposite, actually. I was so just awkward, and I don't know, man. The motions that were going on my fingers just made me laugh, and I had to hold it in because
it weren't comfortable.
No, it was about to get very awkward. I thought a grown man is just going to burst out laughing in a minute, and I'm going to have to leave the room, and they're going to be like, "What on earth is going on?" So I had to really focus on not laughing. So we left there after a couple of hours, and we went to Nerd Base. Sponsor us.
That's a little plug there straight away.
Yeah,
5 minutes in.
To be honest, we need to let them know that we exist. Yeah. Because they're not going to sponsor us because they don't even know we exist at the moment.
Yeah, I know.
So we went there. I bought nothing. Then we had a pub lunch. It was delicious. We went home, stuck Pirates of the Caribbean on and fell asleep for about 3 hours. I woke up and I played a bit of Yakuza, but we'll talk about that later anyway.
And that, everyone, is marriage.
Yeah, and it's lovely.
That's how it works.
I also went back to the gym this week for the first time properly since coronavirus hit the world. And yeah, I'm a little bit sore, but I'm enjoying it. I'm getting back into it. And yeah, it's very good for you, mentally and physically.
I've given him a little gaming chair as a replacement for the chair that he was sitting in to make him a little bit more comfortable. But I know that they don't hold. There's not a lot of room on them chairs for the biggest of bodies. So I'm hoping we'll see progress in terms of muscle by the next month or two. He won't fit in the chair.
Yeah,
It'll be quite decent.
It's already quite a struggle.
Yeah.
But
I feel bad for this one. This is brand new, and my fat ass barely fits in it. Whoopsie daisy.
There you go.
That was an intro.
Yeah, it was. I told you. Bit more chit chat. Now we can move on to it, and it's a big surprise because it's Starfield.
Whoa.
No one saw that coming.
Whoa.
So yeah, go on. This is your show.
All it is I've read an article. It's our show, by the way. This is a joint effort.
Yeah, but it's your turn.
It's my turn. And I've read an article. Can I just comment on how we're sitting in these chairs?
I'm so tired.
That one leans all the way, like that's like a bed, that one.
Is it? How does it go back?
There's like an extra bit on, like, for the legs.
Ow!
It does go all the way back.
No, it's down. Is there another lever?
There is another lever somewhere. It does go back because I did it.
I can't. I don't know how to do it, Mum.
Just leave it.
Just leave it. I've got to sort it out now. I'm too small now.
You're pulling the amp. This is fucking ridiculous.
Ah, yeah. There we go. Now I'm too high.
What was I saying? Starfield. Lovely. I basically just read an article that talks about how there's a potential for there to be a survival type of gameplay, which I think is quite a good little subject to speak on, because I used to fucking hate that aspect of games. Any game that involved having to eat and fucking water myself and make sure I had a shower and a shit and sleep enough. I hated it. And then No Man's Sky come and made me fucking monitor my shields and my health and all that stuff. And I got used to it. I like it.
Why don't you start a new game on survival mode then?
Fuck that.
Don't like it that much.
I can't be arsed. I can't be bothered with that at all. I don't like that type of shit. If I die, I want to be able to come back with all my shit. Sort of thing.
You can come back.
Yeah, but
it's not permadeath mode.
It's just too hardcore, though,
it's
isn't
not
it?
permadeath.
Look. Trying to avoid No Man's Sky. This is Starfield.
Yeah, same thing.
They were saying that the entity that is they, basically, Fallout New Vegas had the hardcore mode type thing.
Yes.
Basically, that is what some people are hoping for, and other people are saying that they like the idea of it. However, it should be an optional thing to have that. I don't think it should be optional. I reckon you should just have it. The survival aspect.
Well, it depends, doesn't it? I mean, if you want to create a game if you're going to create a game, an RPG of that scope, you can't, and you want to implement survival mechanics. To get the best of the survival mechanics, the game needs to be built from the ground up with survival mechanics in mind. Because when you just start adding the extra option for survival mechanics and just going, you can toggle it on and off. Now all of a sudden you've got a little meter that means you need to eat an apple every now and again. It's not really survival mechanics, is it? It's just another thing that you got to do.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do survival mode, I think it needs to be either implemented permanently throughout or built with the option of having it toggled on, but really built with that in mind. Like I say, because Skyrim got a survival mode, probably inspired by the survival mods that came before it. And it's don't get me wrong, it's okay, but it's essentially just tacked on. Eat an apple, eat some water. It's probably doing it a bit of a disservice actually, because you have to keep warm and stuff like that. You can get too hot, but yeah, you need to create the game with survival in mind. Starfield having it, I'm not so sure. I think it needs it. I mean, you're already in space. You know, you've done pretty well to survive that far. Do you need to eat an apple?
What it is you can get special. I didn't mute my phone, did I?
Turn it on silent.
You're checking yours as well. I didn't mute my phone. That's really bad. Oh, fuck it.
Mimi.
They were the article I was reading was talking about how in Starfield they have different skills that you are able to get, and like the first one you have access to is called gastronomy, which is about food and drinks, and it's the ability to learn special recipes, basically a fucking cooking book. You get to learn new shit in terms of cooking, and people were saying that they would quite like the idea of venturing around space and going to all these alien chefs and having food made for them with special buffs and shit like that. I don't know if that seems a bit skew-if. Seems like that could get boring real quick.
I don't know. It's more appealing than just telling you that you're hungry and you need to eat something, and just going into your inventory and choosing one of the 400 food items in your inventory to eat.
Yeah,
it's a bit pointless. Like I say, it's a bit tacked on. If there's actually quests that are designed for it and actually a in-depth food system, then yeah, maybe it can be more interesting. They can go a lot further with it than just eating anyway. But yeah, it needs to be built up properly rather than just tacked on, in my opinion. But I don't think Starfield needs it, but if it gets it, you know, is it going to be a toggle on, toggle off thing? I'm going to love it regardless. I'm in space. Just give me a fucking lightsaber. That's all I care about.
If they get it, then it would be good if it is a case of the resources you would need to keep yourself fed and all that shit, if they were plentiful in some respect. So you weren't fucking spending hours trying to find a loaf of bread. You know what I mean? So have the survival mechanics of it, but don't make it fucking impossible to actually keep up with the survival mechanics. Don't make it a second job. Like No Man's Sky.
No, but that's the problem with it. That's the complete opposite to what I want. If it's going to be survival mechanic, make it so you are scrambling around going, fuck, I need a drink or I need to eat.
Oh, yeah, but that takes the fun out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then why bother if you're just going to select an apple out of the million things in your inventory?
It's an article I've read.
Exactly, so you're just going through the menus and you're eating shit that you've got thousands of. It takes away the point of it being survival, so there has to be like a fine middle ground there somewhere. Or just turn it off.
Yeah, just turn the fucking thing off. That's that conundrum sorted.
Well, I'm trying to think of what other games have had survival mechanics in.
Red Dead?
Yeah, that was rubbish. They really shouldn't have bothered personally with
Daisy?
Yeah, Daisy, the game's built on that though. That's done well. Daisy's done well because you really
fucking
are
annoying, yeah.
Yeah, but you're really searching,
yeah.
and you're eating. You know, there's times where you're like, I love this character. I've got so much stuff. I don't want to die. All that's around me is human flesh.
And then someone takes your plum.
Yeah, and then you kill them, and then you eat them. You can eat human flesh,
yeah,
but you know that you'll get ill, and you start going crazy. You start laughing and hysterically like.
I never got that far. I just kept running around trying to find plums and went, "This is fucking wank. I can't bother."
Oh, Daisy is great. Daisy is so good.
Me and Mark didn't like it.
Oh well,
fuck Mark.
Whatever. I don't care. I like it. It's a sick game.
I only played it because of H1Z1. It just weren't my cup of tea.
Very good game. Very good game. Underrated, actually. But yeah, that's. I think that 100%. That's survival mechanics done well. When did you play it? I guess you didn't play on PS5. 60 FPS now. Very nice. Very smooth.
DayZ?
Yeah, lovely old job.
No, I think I did play it on PS5.
No, you didn't.
No, I think I did, but I really didn't play it long. I really didn't. I remember getting hold of a gun with no ammo and then getting my head fucking caved in with a shovel or some shit, and I thought, I can't bother.
Yeah, it's a very steep learning curve, but it's very addictive. Yeah, that's probably survival done right. But then like that whole game is designed around survival. That is the draw of the game. There's nothing really else going on other than starting from scratch and trying to, build yourself a little empire really and staying alive for as long as possible, because once you're dead, you're dead. There is no quitting out and just going, oh well, I'll come back later. You'll be coming back as a new fucking dude, mate. Minecraft has got some survival in it, is it? I think no.
I don't know. I haven't played Minecraft before. Well, I have. Again, not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of any more.
There's quite a few out there with survival aspects, like Valheim and games like that. It's one of them where it either works or it doesn't. World of Warcraft. I won't talk about World of Warcraft itself.
You've just completely skipped the next thing.
Have I?
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. I didn't realise that. That's how forgettable this section is.
Well, listen.
I don't know anything about this.
We've got to make it last. We're about 15 minutes deep and we're already on the third subject.
Sorry. Steph will love this. I haven't actually heard much about it. Or well, nothing about it because it's not my world. But go ahead and enlighten me.
Oh, I don't know fuck all about it either. I just see
Right.
it. No Nintendo Switch Pro in 2022. There's been rumours about Nintendo Switch Pro for quite some time. For the last couple of years, actually. Obviously, they released the Nintendo Switch OLED, was it?
Yeah, better screen and better battery.
Supposed to be very good. People that bought it sing its praises, but for me, is it worth buying a whole new Nintendo Switch? Absolutely fucking not.
No.
I don't play it enough as it is. I only played it for Star Wars, really, and now that's on the Xbox, so...
What's the point?
Exactly.
Saying that, though, Nintendo Switch Nintendo itself has a massive following. Steph fucking loves her Switch, and I can see why. It's a very handy bit of kit.
It is, but I find all the games are just very childish, very kid-like.
Yeah, but I thought that, but they've got quite a good catalogue of other games, but some of them play a bit waff.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with it.
Like you try and play Apex Legends on the Switch.
Well, exactly.
Fucking hell.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's awful.
A lot of the games that aren't childlike or targeted at children or young people, I guess, you can play them on better systems, more comfortable systems. So you would choose to play Apex on the PlayStation, on the Xbox, on the PC. Obviously, it's got the advantage of, you can sit on the shitter and play it, but
yeah,
it's just not comfortable. I don't like the way to play proper games like that. It's very uncomfortable on your fingers.
You reckon?
Oh yeah, massively.
You need to go to the doctors and get your wrists and your hands checked out because you're too uncomfortable with the most mundane tasks in terms of your hands.
Well, I broke my wrist, didn't I? So it's very, very painful still. And also, I'm old. So the doctor's going to go, there's nothing we can do for you, sir. You're just old. And you're getting older. And guess what? It's going to get worse. So no, there's no point going to the doctors to be told what I already know.
So you won't be buying that PlayStation controller for the phone then?
No, I did see that actually.
That looks quite cool.
But no, I won't be.
There's no fucking good games on the phone to warrant playing it.
Stuff like that just always ends up... I don't like really small screens. And it's just going to make your phone really hot. It's going to overheat. And your phone's going to go, oh, I'm too hot. You're going to have to stick it in the fridge for 10 minutes.
No, you have a Samsung. You ain't on Apple anymore. That shit doesn't really happen.
I've never had an Apple in my life. And yes, it does happen on Samsung.
I thought you was an iPhone geezer.
I've never had an iPhone in my life.
I don't know you at all.
No, you don't.
I don't know who you are.
Learn.
I've learned.
Beep boop. No Nintendo Switch Pro in 2022. It's not happening. Steamdeck?
Yes, Steamdeck might be happening. Yeah. It looks cool. I see it a while ago.
Good luck getting one.
You just fucking pre-order it.
No, you don't.
You do?
Okay, go on then.
No, you don't, do you?
Good luck.
You have to, get specially invited for it.
Yeah.
I know that you can go on the website and it has the breakdown because it's quite cheap, the base version. It's like 64 gig and it's like 200 something quid. But then the 500 and something gig memory one is like 600 quid, something like that. If you don't know what the Steam Deck is, it's basically a PC but a handheld version. It's a very cool bit of kit, if I'm honest. But I feel like not enough people have one to get a valid review on one.
It's perfect for me because I just play Football Manager on it all the time.
What a waste of money.
Not at all.
You have a laptop in
You'll
front
be
of you.
playing Football Manager soon. No, you're basically a Football Manager now, doing Dream Team.
Me and my fucking fantasy football team. I'm going to win that money. If you're listening, Martin, I'm going to fucking win all of that money. It's going to happen. Yeah?
Well, I saw your team, man. All the best.
It's going to happen.
All the best.
Trust me.
You probably will win. The stinkiest loggers.
The stinky loggers is gonna claim his 40 quid.
You ain't claiming squat dilly hot. Yeah, so Steam Deck, I've always been interested in them, but once again, I don't really like handhelds.
But they're doing they're releasing it in like quarters. So they've had 2 releases so far, and then you can like not pre-order but register for the 3rd release. I don't really get it. They're not just releasing them all at once. They're basically saying, "Here's fucking 100 of them. We'll see you again in 4 months."
Yeah, they're very hard to come by.
It's very strange. It's very strange. We're going to Google it now quickly.
Supply and demand, isn't it? Now everyone's going to want one.
Yeah.
I want one and I don't even need one.
Yeah, I don't need
I've got everything I need and that's still not enough.
Get it off of eBay from a scalper.
No.
Oh, sorry. My logging. Yeah, you can reserve it.
Well, you can probably reserve a position to wait in line to pre-order, and
so it's £570 for the 512 gigabyte version.
I'm pretty sure that once you get it as well, it's like a 6-month waiting time for it to even be delivered. It's nuts.
Yeah, it says when inventory is available, you'll receive an email and will have 72 hours to complete your purchase.
Yeah, that's very expensive. 520 quid. I don't know if I'd be paying that. Well, I know.
570 quid.
I would not be paying that.
570 big ones.
There's a lot of games that I think, because as far as I'm aware, it's Steam Deck. It's called Steam Deck for a reason, being that it's got the Steam library on it.
Yeah.
But it's not got all the Steam library on it.
No.
Not every game is compatible.
No, but
however, there are many games that I would love to play and would much prefer to play them on a Steam Deck rather than a laptop. But then once again, I'm already spoilt for choice and I always want what I don't have. And then when I get it, I'm like, nah, I need something new.
You can, so it has most of the Steam library on it. And I was reading a Reddit thread that was from a guy who said that you can get like emulators and stuff, and you can get like Origin and fucking other platforms on there, but it seemed like an absolute ball ache to get any of that on there. You know what I mean? Like you got to be somewhat technical to get all this shit on there, and it just seemed a bit. But I like the look of it. I'm tempted by it. I probably won't buy it.
Don't do it. Don't buy it.
But
it's not worth it at the moment. In my opinion, I wouldn't. But I know what you're like. You do you, King.
No, I'm not spending 507 because I'd get if I was going to get it, you'd get the biggest version of it for the sake of 100 quid.
Just remember,
200 quid.
Sunshine always comes after the rain. Okay.
Where's this going?
No, just telling you. And cold potatoes are not hot.
What's happened to
Blizzard cancel World of Warcraft mobile game.
What the fuck's going on?
Just some knowledge. For you.
Really trying to scrape through.
Not at all.
We're both tired. I'm tired for some reason.
You're tired because I'm dragging you down.
No. I should be, well.
Sorry, I need to rehydrate. 2 seconds. Continue.
I listened to a podcast called Another One Podcast. And when we started doing this podcast, I got it in my head. I was like, everything needs to be perfect. We need to get rid of, cancel as much background noise out as possible. First couple of episodes, I think we did pretty well with that. I soundproof the room as best I can with the abilities that I have. Okay? And then I started listening to another one. The geezer gets up and goes to the toilet mid-podcast and leaves it running. You hear him flush the toilet. He does this almost every episode. And I think that's inspired me and this podcast to just allow the little things to come. I can hear his chair fucking squeaking. He's rubbing his mic cable along the fucking desk. I can hear it through my earphones. I don't know what it's going to sound like on the final edit, but I'm sure it's going to be there. He's just drunk into the microphone. He's blowing his fucking vape juice into the mic. You know what I mean? I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's going on. I kind of enjoy it.
I thought we'd have 1 million subscribers by now.
I don't understand. Well, even then, if we do end up, it's not going to change.
No.
Why would we bother?
They're here from the bottom of the barrel dross.
You know what I mean? They're here to listen.
We are gutter tier.
And if you hear a bit of squeaking in the background, who gives a fuck?
Exactly, so be it.
Yeah.
Welcome
You're just
to the
going to
bottom
have
of
to
the
listen
barrel.
to it. You're going to have to deal with it, Dean, and just listen to the fucking squeaking of this chair. All right, mate? All right.
You're calling Dean out again.
Has he listened to the last one?
Yeah, he loves it, Mum.
He loves it.
He loves
and
it,
he'll
Mum.
love this one.
You don't know squat dilly-hot. Shout out Connor, since he's been crying about it for
The
the
old
last
Conrod.
month. Yeah, not that Connor.
Oh.
My brother-in-law, Connor.
Oh, apologies.
Yeah.
He wants to be on the podcast.
Yeah, he can come.
He can give us 400 quid to get him on the podcast because that's what it costs.
Yeah, ain't cheap.
Realise that. Understand this.
You dickhead.
We made...
We should just start calling people out now.
Yeah, we made a mistake when we bought the gear for the... Which isn't even about fucking go, put the phone away. We made a mistake. A little bang there. I won't edit that out. I'll leave that. We made a mistake.
Fuck it, I'll do one. There's another one.
We made a mistake when we bought the gear and we only bought an interface that lets us plug in 2 mics.
That wasn't a mistake. It was a 2-man band.
Yeah. Well, now, imagine if we had a third screaming at each other constantly.
You just pass the mic to them.
Steph said this. I think it'd be horrible.
It would be horrible, but there you go.
So 400 quid if you want to get yourself on the podcast.
Yep.
If you got 400 quid spare, I'd rather you just put it straight in my pocket rather than make us buy some equipment. But if you want to be on it, yeah, it's 400 quid. People don't realise how expensive it is to get another person on this fucking popular platform.
This is the last episode. I'm retiring. I've had enough. What a waste of time. This is like 7 weeks. Or more than that, because it took us it was about 11 weeks ago we started the idea.
Took us a while.
We got everything up and running.
Mm.
We've not got 1 million followers, views, listens, nothing. Not even close.
I don't understand.
I thought this shit was easy.
Yeah, not a penny has
It's
gone into my
bollocks.
pocket. Oh, pennies have left. They haven't come back.
Yeah, it's just outgoings.
Promise
It's
the
time
world.
investment. It's money investment. It's emotional investment.
Mm.
It's giving me headaches. I'm getting anxiety. I'm sweating right now. My muscles are hurting. I'm sitting like I'm all bent up in this chair. It's not comfortable. I mean, it's just not worth it. So I'm gone.
These chairs are awful for posture. They're comfy as fuck, but you know what I mean? They make you jump around. I feel like we've really
I can't leave. I've invested too much.
we really dropped down on
Right, let's pull it back. That was just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of fun.
this. Anyway, the
Energy's back now.
World of Warcraft mobile game that has now been cancelled was called Warcraft Arclight Rumble, and you could pre-register your interest in it, and I did, just for the sake of it. It's been fucked off, essentially. Blizzard have a partnership with a company called NetEase. It's basically they've been partnered since 2008, and NetEase have a massive market in the mobile gaming industry, like worth fucking serious money. So it made sense that Blizzard would try and break into the mobile gaming industry. They did that with Diablo Immortal, which received a shit ton of backlash because it's pay to win. And it is pay to win.
You loved it, didn't you?
I loved it for the first week or 2 weeks. Me and Steph went to Lanzarote for her birthday, sat in the room playing that the entire time. It was fantastic. But we haven't touched it fucking basically since we got off the plane. You know what I mean? It's just...
Will you be playing the new Diablo, the proper one?
Yeah.
Because I think
I'll be getting that. I like Diablo.
Diablo 3 was
good.
It was very good. Diablo 4 looks also
Yeah.
fantastico.
Yeah.
That is coming out on the 2023. So that's all we got for that. But
Just can't get excited for stuff that says...
This is the problem. Where's all the games? We get a big splurge of them. We're like, it's too much to play, and then nothing.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like bored.
Yeah. You wait till Dragonflight comes out. The expansion for World of Warcraft.
When does that come out?
They say December, but it won't be till 2023.
Yeah.
It'll get delayed.
Well, that'll do you good because you got to tackle God of War yet.
Oh fucking hell, yeah!
You know that's the next big heavy
Trying
hitter,
all
isn't
sorts
it?
of games. That's what people are waiting for.
Yeah, but that's
I've
it.
just remembered that game haven't actually taken my money for that either. So that at some point, 300 and something quid is going to go exiting out of my fucking bank account.
You hope it does.
It fucking better. I got the email confirmation and everything. If that, I'll be fuming. But yeah, that game got cancelled. Warcraft Arclight Rumble got cancelled. Everyone thinks they have come out and said that there's nothing wrong. Our partnership is perfectly fine. The relationship is steady between Blizzard and NetEase. Now, a lot of games get into development and then get canned before they even come out. It happens quite often. It's quite a normal thing. And usually what happens is the people that they have working on those games, if it flops, they just re-divert those resources somewhere else onto another game or doing whatever. This time round, though, NetEase have sacked off over 100 people of that development team. They're just gone. Didn't give them jobs back. They just went, yeah, don't need you anymore. So that tells me that the relationship between them and Blizzard isn't so cushy because they've just sacked off pretty much the entire team that was working on that game.
I'll say there must be a serious development team to sack 100 people.
Yeah. Well, they're big. They are big. But yeah, 100 people. It was over 100 people and something like only 5% of them got offered a job doing something else within that company. Everyone else was basically fucked off. Gone, see you later. Go somewhere else. Stop doing that. Clicking.
I love it.
Stop fiddling with that.
You're rambling, bro. I'm bored. No, I don't know anything about World of Warcraft. What was the mobile game name?
Warcraft Arclight Rumble. It's a mouthful.
I could have told you it'd be canned just from the name alone.
It's
a terrible name.
It's a lot, innit? I don't know where it's come from.
Why not just World of Warcraft Mobile? That'd have done, wouldn't it?
Don't know. It was meant to be set in the same in that universe, but a different time period, whatever. I wasn't really that hyped for it.
What was it supposed to be? Was it supposed to be an actual MMO? Was it supposed to be a card game? Was it supposed to be?
Fucking no! It just looked like just a generic mobile game. It didn't look good. You know what I mean? Like it weren't gonna fucking break records.
Pull up no trees.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not disappointed, to be honest with you.
No.
What I am disappointed about still is Star Wars. Knights of the Old Republic.
It's not coming back.
It will come back.
It won't.
Anakin came back.
It'll be dead.
Anakin came back. Anakin's not dead.
It's already dead.
It's not dead. There's hope. They will come back. They will come back and they will make it lovely and fluffy and warm. And I'll live in there for at least 3 months and it will be toasty. Speaking of Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, the Old Republic, the MMO.
Yeah.
It's not looking too great at the moment. Apparently...
What one you're playing?
Well, I haven't played it in a long time, but yeah.
Why is it not looking good?
Apparently, like, the main director guy has just left. And a few other people are left, and the general consensus is that it might be limping to its final destination. It's been out for a long time.
And it looks it.
However, someone has suggested or implied that there is a possibility that they could. They probably won't, but they could try and reboot it by releasing it on consoles. Imagine if they released that on the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X, I promise you this podcast would be a waste of time because I would never play another game ever again.
This podcast is a waste of time anyway. We're talking to the never. You know what I mean? No one's listening.
Yeah, we are. It's just our mates. They're just taking a piss out of us. These fucking nerds.
No, because even that's wilted down. It's only the select few that take the piss. Everyone else has stopped taking the piss. They've got bored as well.
Yeah, because they don't listen no more. This is like the novelty's worn off of us being twats.
Yeah, that would be exciting though. If that, I'll give you that. If that comes out on console, that will be very, very fucking cool.
Well, this
very
is what
cool.
I'm saying.
Unique is what it will be.
You saying, and I'll never have it. You'll never convince me otherwise. All right? You will never convince. You can try. You can try right now. Because I know you're going to. Because you're going to be like... There is no reason World of Warcraft cannot be on consoles.
Talking shit.
There is no reason.
Absolute shit.
No reason at all. ESO can be on consoles. Knights of the Old Republic could be on consoles. There is no reason World of Warcraft could not be on consoles. They could have a dumbed down version. They could remove certain things that weren't important.
It's already dumb as fuck.
Well, there is no reason. You can do the toolbar system that you have. You could even just give me your number one reason right off the rip, right? Just straight off the top of the dome. Boom, boom, boom. What is your number one reason that World of Warcraft cannot come to console?
There's too many abilities.
Right, okay. So make World of Warcraft come to consoles, but you can only use it with keyboard support. You can use a keyboard on consoles.
What would be the point?
Why not? Because you're playing it on a massive television and you just got a keyboard.
Yeah, but you can just plug your fucking HDMI into the laptop or computer and then boom, you're playing it on a massive television.
But it's completely different.
I get what you
because
mean.
How am I going to play on the television on my laptop? I've got a big old heavy laptop.
You haven't fucking played it long enough to understand that Blizzard are not going to invest money into that. They've barely got any money to stay alive now, let alone fucking throw
I bet
more
they have,
because
you just pumped £100 down on some shitty old expansion that you're not really that bothered about. You're pretending in your own brain. I'm so hyped, but in reality, we know that you're not.
It's going to be fun.
You want God of War Ragnarok. That's all you want. All right? You're living in space. You're in No Man's Sky. You're just bored and thought, there's nothing to buy. What else can I waste my money on? World of Warcraft, fucking Hovercraft edition.
Have you seen my Dun Harrow King Funko Pop?
Very cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Won that off of eBay. Not Nerdbase. eBay.
Well, sorry, you've missed...
I just weren't listening because you're talking shit.
No, because there's facts. There's facts.
They're not facts. I'm excited for it, but it's not happening for another fucking 6 months. So what am I getting excited about now?
Regardless, why can't it come to console?
Because it just won't. It just won't.
Why?
There's no point. It's too established as a PC game. There's no point of it coming to fucking console.
Of course there is. Look how many people they're missing out on in the market.
No.
What do you mean no? That's not an answer.
Just no.
There's millions and millions and millions of people that do not play PC.
I wouldn't want them to. I would rather...
Well, you're a selfish prick.
No, I would rather they invested that time into doing a different game and putting it onto console instead.
Why?
You're so fucking moody when you're tired and achy.
I'm not moody. You just are not coming at me with a reason that they can't come on.
There's obviously a reason. They ain't done it yet, have they?
Well, like you just said, they won't do it because they don't need to.
They don't.
They don't need to.
They don't, and they won't.
So all that untapped money and resources they could consume.
Yes, but
but
Blizzard as an entity are a bit thick anyway. The game itself as a whole hasn't got that much. I reckon after Dragonflight's done, I reckon that's it. If Dragonflight comes out and it's not immediately amazing, that's it. It's dead, 100%. You know what I mean? There's, especially with things like Starfield coming out, how good No Man's Sky is at the moment. They don't have the ability to recover. There's been previous expansions. Warlords of Draenor was one. It come out was absolute wank. That was basically when I stopped. And they very, very nearly didn't recover. They went down to like 4 million players, which is a lot of people. But when you're used to sitting in the 30s or the 40 millions, that's quite a big decrease.
What was it about that DLC that made you want to stop playing? What constitutes a good DLC from a bad DLC in an MMO? Because the way I see it, and I know it's very ignorant, let me finish, is go kill 10 pigs, go collect 10 apples, bring them back me, collect your quest and your XP. Yes, I'm being ignorant, but that's what I see from Star Wars, that's what I see from ESO, and that's what I see from World of Warcraft. So when an expansion comes out, is it not just new location, more of the same?
It is the whole package in terms of the release of it, how the servers fare with it. So it's notorious that when a new expansion releases on World of Warcraft, the servers, they just go to shit. Either you can't actually play it on day one, or when you get in it's laggy as fuck, things are glitched out, you have to wait for a patch which normally takes a week for things to actually work. There's only been a very rare like 1 or 2 expansion releases where it's actually been a decent release where you could play it off the bat. So straight away that turns people off, because you get people that are going, the expansion release is in 2 weeks, I'll be playing it in 3 weeks. They'll purposely wait. You get things where, yes, it's an MMO, so the bread and butter of it, the building blocks, they don't change. However, the story behind each expansion and things like that, and the new things they bring in and the old things they take out and the bits that they build on, do make it that bit better. And if they do that type of shit wrong, they don't add anything decent, or they add shit in that everyone hates, then it just flops, man. It just flops. Like the latest one, Shadowlands. I know it's old now, but that's the latest expansion that's out at the moment, and everything's time gated. You need certain things, but you can only do a certain amount of things once a week, and blah 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 blah. So everything takes forever. It's purposely made to get you to max level as quickly as possible, and then fucking everything take as long as possible, so that you have to keep fucking paying for game time to play. It's just very boring. So if this next expansion comes out and it's more of the same, I don't think it will survive it. I think people will just go, oh fuck it, I'm going to Final Fantasy instead.
See, there's another one. See, like I say, I'm very naive to MMOs, but from my limited experience of ESO, Knights of the Old Republic, and my very, very limited time on World of Warcraft, it is all the same. Now, if you're invested in ESO, which I probably am, I know more about ESO than I do Star Wars or World of Warcraft, just because I played a lot of Elder Scrolls games. Star Wars is kind of its own contained thing, so it's not really anything I'd know. It is all the same. Go do 10 of this, 10 of that. I feel MMOs they target addicted personalities with
100%.
And also people that enjoy the number crunching.
Definitely.
And you know, there's a very interesting endorphin fly off when you level up.
Yeah.
On MMOs, much like when you're in the gym. When you come out of the gym, you get these endorphins, or even when you're in there, you feel strong, you feel powerful. It's the same kind of feeling when you level up, especially like you're level 8 and you have a little look and you're like, oh, level 12, I can fire a grapple hook and fucking choke someone out. So when you get to when you're at level 11, you're just over that tipping point to level 12, knowing you're about to get that cool new thing, and it goes bang, fireworks, you're like yes, and it lets off the endorphins.
Yep.
And it's very exciting. Now that grind continues for many people, and I do feel what you say is correct. They make it so. Same with Destiny. You can only do a certain amount of X things a day, so it means you have to keep going back, whether or not you have to pay. Obviously, Destiny hasn't got a subscription service other than like battle passes and things, but that's different. That's like optional. But it makes you keep coming back, and if you keep coming back to do the things that you can't do all in one go, it looks good for them because their player base is consistently high. Obviously, that player base will drop off. But the thing I don't like about most of the games like this, like Destiny 2 is the prime example for me, because out of anything that's close to an MMO, that's the one I've put the most time in, is it really gives you that horrible feeling of, what is it, FOMO? The fear of missing out.
Oh, yeah.
It is a horrific feeling.
Definitely.
So with Destiny, I've said before, my biggest problem with it is I'm terrified to have got a god roll and dismantled it. So I just literally put everything in my vault. So half my time is just going through my inventory and checking up that I'm not about to dismantle something really good. But if I'm not playing it for a day or two, I start getting a bit anxious. I'm like, I bet I've missed a god roll in the store. Yep. I bet I've done this. I bet I've done that. Yep. And it makes me kind of not want to go back to it, but also go back to it at the same time, if you know what I mean. And that's one of the biggest problems for me with Destiny. And I'm sure, like you say, it's the same for MMOs. It's the FOMO is a horrible feeling.
Yep. It can either be very, very fun because you really enjoy doing that type of shit, or it will suck the fun out of it fucking quickly. And I was one of them where I love doing it because I've been playing World of Warcraft since it first come out. So years and years and years and years. And yeah, as I've grown up with it, the current expansion, they brought out a new area, and I rinsed it real quick because of that exact thing. I didn't want to fall behind with my guild that I was with. I wanted to be at the top. I wanted to progress the furthest and in the quickest time possible, so that I wasn't behind anyone else. I wanted everyone else to be behind me, and it meant that I got bored of it real quick because I done everything. I ended up logging in purposely to do the same
15 tasks,
15 quests, and that's it, and then logging back off and doing something else. But something about it makes you come back, and if it weren't for my subscription running out, I would probably still be logging in every day just to see, but I've been quite good with it and let it run out and haven't bothered going back to it yet, because I said to myself I'm not gonna, because I was literally sitting there, best believe it when I say this, last like 2 weeks of my subscription, I was sitting there on the laptop for 2-3 hours just flicking through characters, not actually doing anything, just wasting time. And it was that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just wasting my time looking at a character screen.
So is it? I see it as another way of keeping people in. So you've got the fear of missing out, obviously. You've got the daily tasks, which gives you bonus XP and all that sort of stuff. You'll have weekly tasks.
Yeah.
You'll have things you can only do a certain amount of times a day.
Yep.
And you'll have other tasks that you can only do a couple of times a day or whatnot, which makes you keep going back.
Yep.
And pile on top of that the monetary cost of reality, your time, and the money you're putting in, your monthly subscription fee. So you're like, well, I have to go on there because I'm paying for it. Well, so you worry that you're not using your time because you're paying for it, so you're wasting your money.
This is where
it affects your daily life.
They were clever because they got around that. 100% agree with you. They made it so that you could buy the currency in World of Warcraft is gold, copper, and silver, standard shit. They made it so that you could purchase game time with in-game gold. So you now have people who brag going, I haven't paid a subscription for over a year, but they neglect to tell you the fact where they've sat there for almost a week farming gold so that they could pay for a subscription to then sit there and farm for more gold to pay for another subscription. You know what I mean? So out of the 4 weeks they get, they've had to spend about a week. And if you're like me and I wasn't good at getting money, I really weren't, it would take you a lot longer. So, you know what I mean? Like you were spending half your subscription just you trying to get more gold to buy a longer subscription. So that's how they sort of got around that side of it. Oh, people who can't afford it, they can just they can earn in-game gold to pay for it. So let's lock in some more players that can't afford to play World of Warcraft. You know what I mean? It was probably an accessibility thing. It allowed people who don't have the money for a subscription to pay it to play the game, but very fucking sneaky because it meant that you were locked into doing it for at least a couple of days.
It seems like quite a predatory.
Keeps the player base up as well. You imagine it'll keep them numbers up.
It seems like quite a predatory, gaming design, but that's throughout them all.
Yeah.
And that's why I don't like MMOs, because of that FOMO feeling. I don't like missing out on stuff. I especially hate it. Fortnite's got it to a degree, not massively, but it's becoming more and more common now in video games. For there to be items, Apex for a prime example, items that become available, and then once they're gone, they're gone. So you're like, well, if I don't buy this now, this cosmetic that's like 23 quid, I will never get it again.
And then what you'll probably find is in a year's time they'll bring it back for a special thing. Like, oh, we brought this back for a year. It's like, right, well, I wasted all that time.
There's the battle pass for Fortnite right now. The Darth Vader is level 100.
So you have to get there.
Darth Vader is like my favourite character in the history.
And then I guess you can buy the tiers.
Of course you can buy the tiers.
Yeah.
Now I grinded the balls off that game that season. I went mad on it. I'm still only like level 60 something. But the good thing about Fortnite is if you don't play it for a while, when you go back, it often puts you in loads of bots. So that's why you get wins when you first go back, which obviously releases endorphins, and then you want to play more. It's very clever. But anyway, when you go back after you haven't played it for a while, it supercharges your XP. So it lets you catch up. So if you just play it every day, your XP will just be going up as normal. If you don't play it for a week, it will let you catch up to the people that have been playing it all that week.
World of Warcraft does the same thing.
It's very smart though. It's very good, and I think that is actually a good thing. But regardless, you have to play. And I don't really want to play that much Fortnite. But I do really want that Darth Vader skin. And it ends on September the 16th that season. So I think what I'm going to do is I've already got about 3,000 coins on there. It's going to cost about 5,800 coins to get him. So I think I'm probably just going to pay the 15, 20 quid it is. Just to skip to the battle pass.
Your time spent to get it is worth more than just the 20 quid.
Exactly. So then I can have Darth Vader. If I go back to Fortnite, which don't get me wrong, I don't think he's going to die anytime soon.
No.
But whenever I go back to Fortnite, I would like to play as Darth Vader. And if I don't get it now, because it's a battle pass only thing, I don't think I'll ever be able to get it again. So if I don't buy it, it's gone forever. That is also an awful way of doing things.
But that is okay when you're a busy adult who has a family life and you have to pick between whether you want to sit there and waste your time grinding that shit, or when you're already 2/3 of the way through and you know what I mean, for the sake of 20 quid, you go, well, I really want that. I'm going to be annoyed if I don't get it. I can save myself a couple of weeks worth of or a week's worth. I don't know how long it would take you to get to 100 on that battle pass, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from, 100%.
But like you say, or like I say, it is the fear of missing out. Because if I go back to play Fortnite in a year's time, I will kick myself. If I get right back into it, I'll be like, I wish I bought that Darth Vader skin. I can't get it no more.
But this is the depressing thing with World of Warcraft, is that you have raids, bigger dungeons. Obviously, you have them in Destiny as well, and like now that there is, you will grind as I did for fucking weeks to get the best gear possible so that you can do the raid with your guild successfully, blah 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 blah. And obviously they do different difficulties, all that shit, which in turn gives you better gear, blah 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 blah. And then so you invest a lot of time, and then they come out with an expansion release which immediately makes everything that you've worked for useless. Because when that expansion comes out, all of that gear is, you know what I mean, it's redundant. So especially now is when you get a massive player drop off, because people like myself, and there are loads of us out there, will sit there and go, well, I ain't going to fucking waste my time playing this game, getting all the gear and stuff, because what's the point? There is no point. So it's just very addicting, and it's difficult to get out of that mindset and to come away from that because of FOMO. You don't want to miss out on shit, and it does take over your life to the point where not long ago I actually turned around to Steph and had a talk with her, and I said it was an addiction. I went, I'm gonna stop playing it, and I did for a couple of months, because I was like, I was running a guild and it had over 200 people in it, and that doesn't sound like a lot of people, but when you're it sounds ridiculous when you go, I was in charge of these people. But I was running the guild, you know what I mean? I was sorting out the raids and all that shit. We had a Discord. It was quite big. So, and there was drama, you know what I mean? Like in-game drama, or like real-time arguments and shit between people. And obviously everyone was from all over the world, so there was clashes with people and all this types of shit. So it was just, you know what I mean? It was a second job. And I think that's what happens with MMO RPGs, is sometimes if you're not careful, that shit becomes a second job easily. And you do start worrying about it.
It becomes your life.
Yeah.
It becomes your life. And
when you've got a family, or you've got a girlfriend, boyfriend, fucking whatever, or you've got responsibilities, that shit is damaging, 100%.
Luckily for me, as much as I've got an addictive personality,
your hands won't let you crack on.
Nah, I just can't. I can't stick with a game for that long.
Yeah.
Like I've tried ESO. Obviously, I had a little go on World of Warcraft. You know, I was obsessed with Destiny for a couple of months maybe, and I was like, this is it. This is the one. This is what I'm doing. This is going to be the game that I play, you know, indefinitely. Because I've got friends that I've had on there since, you know, PS3 days, and or PS4 days, should I say? And Destiny, they've only played. You go on their game library, the only games they've played is Destiny 1, Destiny 2.
Yeah. And
their hours are like in like 10s, 15, 20,000s.
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I liked a game that much where I could play it that much. And the problem is with these games, to do the good stuff like Destiny, ESO and World of Warcraft, you have to get into a guild. It's not simple as, you know, just clicking a button and you join a guild and then there's friendly people on the other end. You have to go through this Discord server, or you have to ask, or you have what is your time zone? What are your reasons for joining this? And it's very it's like having a job interview.
Yep.
It makes me feel uncomfortable anyway, because I'm always not like the most clued up when it comes to MMOs and things like that. Terrified of making a mistake or screwing it up for other people. So then you get put into these guilds and things. And if you don't turn up, it gives me the mental strain. I'm like, I have to go on. Because if I don't go on, they're going to kick me out.
I have to do this. That's exactly what I had. I have to. I can't go out because I have to do this.
That's very bad for people's health.
Why do I have to do this? And then I think on the other end of it, I think games where you don't have to catch up. Again, games like No Man's Sky, where you can pick it up and drop it, and it doesn't matter. You're not
You're not punished, are you?
You're not
for
missing
playing
out on
it?
anything. The game's so fucking big.
Apart from the expeditions, please bring back the Normandy.
Yes, but
Normandy.
other than that, if you're like me and you're not really too interested in the expeditions, only because I'm a new player, so I'm just so fucking fascinated with what I'm doing at the moment.
How are you not bored yet? By the way, you still love it.
I'm obsessed.
I know. I'm happy. I love that you love it. I just thought you'd be bored because you seem like me. In terms of you're like, oh, I love this. This is great. Anyway, on to the next thing.
I picked it up, and I think it's because I don't know what's in the game. I don't know what awaits me round the corner. So,
well, that's the thing. No one really does because
exactly.
it's infinite.
I know.
Mental.
One thing I'm after at the moment is a sentient frigate, like a living frigate.
What? That's what you want. That's what you're supposed to be looking for.
That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah,
I saw an article of it, and I had to give. I'm trying to do as minimal research as possible so that I don't spoil anything. But when I scroll over on my phone, it gives me all the fucking articles, and it was on there, and it was a farming thing of how to get this. I read it. It weren't a farming thing. It was just fucking telling you how you could possibly get one, and I just thought that's cool. I'd like to have one of them. So now I don't know how to get one. I can't remember, but that's what I'm after.
You set your own goals.
So I'm just fucking around doing that at the moment. And then obviously Connor's playing it. Not your brother-in-law, our little ginger friend, Conrad, our D&D buddy that hasn't introduced us to D&D yet, but he will. Shout out to Connor. He's playing it now, but he plays it on PC. But the cross-platform and the in-game voice is perfect. It works really, really well.
Yeah, he's very good.
So that's like fucking hell, I can play with him when he's on a PC. Then we haven't got to fuck around with Discord or any of that shit. It's fun, man. I like it. So, no, maybe when I hit over 100 hours, I might probably go, yeah, I'm getting a bit fucking waffed here. But at the moment, no, bro. I got a weekend free. Steph's not here, unfortunately, so I'll be pining for her in the evenings, but I shall console myself by sitting on No Man's Sky until the early hours.
You'll be pumping them hours up to 60 by the end of the weekend.
100%. 100%, man.
But like I say, though, it doesn't punish you for not playing it.
No.
And you can go back and... The only time... I say it didn't punish me, but when I hadn't played it from launch, and then I jumped back in, I don't know what the time frame was, but everything that I had acquired was like null and void. So I went in my inventory and it was like, this is useless, dismantle it. So that's why I just started again, because I had no idea what I'm doing. I need to do the tutorial.
Yeah.
But that's not punishing. The game completely changed, and there was nothing that I'd lost out on because everything had been replaced with other things. Fantastic game. But yeah, the MMO model is not for me.
It's a dangerous one.
It is a very dangerous one, and I can luckily for me, from the outside looking in, I can see where these stories come from of people getting really addicted to them.
Yeah.
But then dangerously addicted to them. But yeah, luckily I'm not that obsessed or nowhere near even on that level with any game. But I can definitely see why people end up going down that road. But if they release Star Wars: The Old Republic on PS5, then maybe I will.
With updated graphics and everything,
Yeah.
that will be fucking mental. I would happily play that because that sounds fun as fuck. But we'll see.
Yeah, we will
if
see.
that one happens. Yeah.
Next up, we have
There's more, is there?
Evolve.
Oh, this will be a short and sweet one. Evolve is a game where it's 4v1. The one being a monster that, surprise, surprise, evolves.
Godzilla-esque.
Yeah, you were you spawned as I believe there was 4 or 5 different monsters, and then they brought out a couple more. And you'd spawn into the map, and there's all animals and other shit running around that as the monster you could go and eat. And there would be a meter, and the idea is fill it up, and there was 3 evolutions, and obviously you'd get more powerful, your body would change, you'd get more abilities, blah, blah, blah. And the job of the other 4 were to come and kill you. They couldn't evolve or anything, but yeah, the monster was obviously powerful as fuck, but if you had a well-coordinated team, it was very easy to down. It was unbalanced is what it was, and when it first came out, it was fun, but like I say, a mixture of it being unbalanced and not really that in depth in what you were doing. Like there weren't really a story or anything like that.
Repetitive.
Yeah, so it died very, very quickly, and then you could play the legacy version of it. and there was legacy servers. So I don't really fully understand it, but what I can gauge is that you could still, because they shut down the servers. They completely like went, nah, fuck this is done. So you could not play it. So I'm going to assume that they brought back the legacy servers so that people could play it, but it just meant that the developers didn't have to do anything with it. I would imagine, say it was on version 1.03, and that was the latest version of it. They just let you play that on the legacy version, and there was never going to be any updates. And then recently, the original servers come back. They brought it completely live again, and it's slowly creeping up the tables on Steam.
I saw a stat that said 500,000 people were playing it. Is that true? Or is that false? Or was that the all-time peak I saw?
I'll tell you what, I think I've got Steam on here, so if I load that up, I think I can probably have a look and be able to tell you. But it came out a while ago. I'm talking years ago. And I feel like it might be a case of where it's aged a bit better. You know what I mean? They've gone, no, this was shit, dropped it, and it's come back, and people are...
it weren't that bad after all.
It's come back to a different world, possibly. Now, I've gone on to the gaming library, and nothing on it.
Ignore all that. None of that is true. We made that up.
There's nothing on here. I've typed in Evolve. Nothing's come up on the store for Evolve. So I don't really fucking know.
Well, I'm sure I saw something that said 500,000 players, but that was almost certainly all-time peak. I can't imagine that is the case right now.
Either way, it is back. I probably won't bother giving it a go if I'm honest, but I hope it may be, because it was a cool concept. The monsters were cool. It was decent. It just needed more work. Like another game that I would fucking love to come back, and really would love it if they put some more time and effort into it, is Anthem. I think that would be really good. I don't know if you ever played Anthem.
I didn't. I'm a bit of a review whore.
Very fun.
So I've changed over the years. I've mellowed, but I was very. And my mate Clark, he's always given me stick for that. If a game come out and it was like less than 10, I was like, it's shit. It's the worst
I'm the
thing.
same. Oh, yeah.
It's rubbish. But now I'm looking and I'm seeing 7s, and I'm like,
you go, yeah, it might be all right.
Yeah, it might be all right for me.
Let me form an opinion on my own.
Same with Days Gone. Like, I absolutely love that game. It's not for everyone. It didn't get the greatest reviews. It's got a proper cult following, though.
Yeah, a lot of people love it.
It's a fantastic game. But because it came out, or people were comparing it to, like, The Last of Us, which is not. But yeah, I won't be playing Evolve. But yeah, I was a review whore. Things have changed. I'm no longer a review whore. I form my own reviews, unless it's diabolical and it's like, this is a 3. This is awful. It's janky. It's horrific. The problem is with games and reviews as a whole is obviously not everything's for everyone. But sometimes a game can look really good and review really well, but when I play it, the controls or the way it moves and stuff just don't vibe with me. I don't like the feeling. Even silly little things like the noise in the menus and things, they annoy me. If you've got a nice little crunchy or a little beep, little menu noise when you're going across, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, little things like that I love. So they change depending on my opinion. Well, the review scores don't really matter that much. Like I say, unless it's just a buggy mess, don't play it. Sometimes they're bad reviews, you play them and you say, no, I like the feel of this. This is for me. Not every game's for everybody. And that's what I've learnt. So you do the same.
I agree. And on that bombshell...
Here, what we've been playing.
We just done that.
No, we didn't.
Well, we've literally done that segment. No Man's Sky. Oh, that's what I've been playing. You haven't been playing anything.
Yes, I have. I played Yakuza.
Oh, go on then.
It's all right.
Something in it. You know what I mean?
No, I played Yakuza. It's good. I've wanted to play them for a long time. It's on Game Pass, so I thought, sod it. I downloaded it, and it's a very interesting game. Very Western, so it's like they're hard games to get into because the dialogue seems to go on forever. You know, there's times where you're just like, just finish this now.
Shut the fuck up so I can stab you.
Yeah, let's just move on with the story. They're like really long text boxes just to say, wow, no way, And like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I just want to play. Interesting game. I like Yakuza. It's good. I played No Man's Sky this week as well. But what am I doing? The football season starts this evening. I'm now football orientated. I'm obsessed with football again. I love football. I live and breathe it.
Who's playing tonight?
It is Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. I'm going for a Crystal Palace win 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
At Selhurst Park, I fancy Palace to have a go.
Right. I've got no opinions.
Okay, well,
But I know that Arsenal aren't that good anymore.
they should be better this season. But Palace, Selhurst
Brand new
Park's
season,
a
is
rocking
it?
place. Yeah, it starts
Brand new
tonight.
season.
Brand
I'm
new
so
season.
I am so out of touch with
Well,
football.
you've got 2 tasks. 1, watch football this season, support the Mighty Hammers,
Yeah.
and, there's 38 games in a season. You can get behind it.
Yeah.
2, you have to play Cyberpunk. Please, soon. Just start it at
I
least.
don't have the time. This is a No Man's Sky zone.
Well, when that's over, that's got to be an extra project.
How much is it on Amazon?
What do you need it on Amazon for? I thought you owned it.
No, I got it refunded, didn't I?
Well, just get it off the
I
store. It's
played
probably
it.
about
You remember
£8.
when they come out and they said, "Look, we're really sorry for producing this absolute shit. We'll actually give you your money back." And I was straight on it. I went, "Give me the fucking money back."
Or
And
when they
went,
said,
"Okay, certainly."
when CD Projekt Red said, "Oh, if you don't like it, ask PlayStation for a refund," and PlayStation were like, "That's not how we operate, dickhead.
Yeah, they went.
Let's just take it off the store."
Yeah,
that-
they didn't. PlayStation are wankers for giving refunds.
I managed to get one for a game once, and I was very happy about it. Cyberpunk 2077 for the
18. No, it's PlayStation 4.
Right, it
It's
doesn't
18
say
quid for
'cause it's
PlayStation.
purchased. So
Oh no, there is no PS5 version, is it? It's an upgrade. So you buy the normal version, and then I think the upgrade to PS5 is free through the PlayStation Store.
I don't know.
I think that's how it works.
Well, we'll check it out after this anyway. So yeah, that's what we've been playing. I haven't played that much, obviously, because I've been busy in the gym. I've been getting back into that, which means I've been tired of an evening.
Yeah.
But I try to do better next week. I'm sorry.
Love Island is done now, so that means I have an extra hour in the evening to do whatever. So I might be playing No Man's Sky, or might be watching Killing Eve with Steph. We haven't really made up our minds yet. So the world is my oyster. That's it.
That is it.
Really.
So yeah, thanks for another week of listening to us mumbo jumbo.
Thanks for listening, Dean. We really appreciate your support. Bumps the numbers up with all the 30 people that are listening.
Thanks, Connor brother-in-law.
And thanks, Connor friend.
You're the bestest.
Yeah.
Connor brother-in-law, Connor friend. Bleh.
Connor brother-in-law and Connor friend.
I'm joking. I love you all. Peace and love, baby.
Bye, everyone. Uru.